Welcome guys. So this is the home page, www.assurecalc.com. Once you're a registered user, you can log in and it will prompt you with the Start Project screen. So this is where we'll type in an address and search for the address on our Google map here. Then we'll want to maybe put in a homeowner's name. We can kind of zoom in on the map a little bit, and it will place a red balloon on top of the house that you want, and you can move that red balloon if you need to locate the house a little better. So then it will pull up from that Google image that we saved the actual aerial image, so we can buy the image, or we can actually select the project details if the program's already, or if the house has already been diagrammed. So now once we've done that, we need to open up the AssureCalc tool, which resides on our desktop, and it will kind of open up our project list. If we click refresh, that demo one will pull in, and we can enter in a little bit more customer information as well as the insurance company information. The program uses 3 inputs from the user. One is the pitch, and then 2 scale lines, which we'll set in a second. So we'll set the pitch now, and now we can just kind of pull in our project here, and maybe we need to rotate it since it's a little off axis, and then we'll just go ahead and crop it as well. That way we have a nice square image. So then we can kind of zoom in here, and now we're really just ready to start tracing our roof. So we're just going to grab our tracing tool and go through and just highlight each individual face by clicking on all the points associated with each face. So as we go through here, we'll get this second story area now. And if you notice, my lines aren't perfect right now, but we can actually correct those lines at the end here and kind of straighten them up. So we got a couple more faces here. And then our flat roof on the back. So we'll just grab the pointer tool and we can just kind of shore up all these little lines here and make them so they look nice and they're on the edges. That way we're more accurate. So we just got a couple more here. And we'll just get this on the edge here. That way we get all the roof surface area. So now when we go up to our 3D view, it's actually a 2-dimensional image because all of these yellow lines represent just a flat level line. So what we need to do is we need to assign it some line properties up here. So we'll grab our ridge tool and we'll just highlight a few of them. So you can do these manually, or the computer can actually do a lot of these for you by clicking the Auto Line ID tool. So it got most of them. We have a few that we need to correct here. Oh, let's correct our valley here. We got a couple gable lines on the end and a perimeter line. Now, when we view our 3-dimensional image, we got a nice 3-dimensional image. If you notice, we need to make that a flat roof. So we can just select it and override the default pitch. So we'll label that as a 112. And if you notice, it moved. So now we're all set. Let's put in, if you notice, everything is zeroed out right now because we haven't set a scale to this picture yet. So we'll grab our scale tool and maybe we measured this back end over here, and we'll put that in as 25, and maybe we measured the left elevation here, so we'll put that in as 35. Now if you notice, all of the values populated in here, and it gave us our two scale lines on the side, which are both 0.27. Now if we move this up, it will change that scale line and give us an error message saying one of them is not correlating with the other one. So we're done with our roof. Now let's mark this project complete, and let me show you a preview of what we've gotten so far. So in about 5 minutes we've completely finished a full diagram of the roof. So here's our print preview. We have our roof face at the top as well as our image at the bottom. The second page gives us a per face value, and then the third page is our three-dimensional image there. So that's the first output, and we have an internal PDF creator, so you can just make that really simple. Our second output is known as the copy form, and this is what's used to move the values to any kind of leading estimating software. It gives it on a per face value as well. So we'll open up Xactimate, which is a estimating software, and we can just click on that and it automatically copies it, and now we can just paste it through. So we'll put in a waste here, grab our felt. We can also do the ridge line, our drip edge, and then also our step flashing. So we're all set. So that's how you can copy paste, and it works in any other type of program like Excel or anything else that you would need. So these are our oblique views. If you're having a trouble kind of sketching the item, you can also kind of look at the oblique views or side angle views, and it gives you kind of a 45-degree angle view. You can kind of zoom in. That way when you're sketching your items at the very beginning, you can kind of look to see and make sure you're not missing any area there. We also have a fence tool, so once we've set a scale to this roof, we can actually measure anything on there as long as it's a flat line. So that fence length is 60 foot 3 inches. We can grab our annotation area here, put in a north arrow. We can drop in our test squares for our hail hits. So we'll put in a couple test squares here, and we can put a circle, maybe label some wind damage on the side here, put an arrow there, and we'll put wind damage in. So those are just kind of the annotation features, and you can move between them by selecting the toolbar up here. We can also invert the image. Sometimes the images are, the roofs are pretty white, or a white roof, so it's a little harder to see. And then we also have a hotkey list up here, which lets you kind of move really fast through the program. And that's it. Thank you guys.